Hello. I was going to make fun of this, but actually it's not something anyone should be making fun of. It's very, very serious. I've spoken about language before and how it's twisted and how people are using language in very unhealthy ways. And some of it is out of ignorance because they don't know anything about the language. And at other times it's deliberate obfuscation, of course. And this is one example of it, which is actually not funny. Although at first flush it looks so ridiculous, it's quite amusing. Somebody called Anna Taylor wrote a publication called Evolving from Violent Language, in which she suggests a list of expressions. You see, here's the bad ones and here's the good ones. You know, we're back to the goodies and the baddies in the films. She suggests these various substitutions so you're not using violent language. And that means, you know, almost every word you use, you've got to think ahead about it. Of course, this is a great way of stifling the language, isn't it? And it's something George Orwell spoke about. He knew quite well how these things happened. And one of the amusing things, at least to me, the thing that caught my eye was, where is it? Killing two birds with one stone. Ah, here we are, killing two birds with one stone, and feeding two birds with one scone, which doesn't mean the same thing at all. If you think of the pictorial image, the first one refers to a catapult. The Americans, you call it a slingshot. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you go and you hit two birds and you kill them dead straight away. Whereas what's going on here? Feeding two birds with one scone, well, you put a scone down and the birds peck at them slowly. It might take both of them a day to finish the scone off. It's not the same thing at all. I believe there's somebody either plagiarising or borrowing the same article in someone called NY Breaking, and he has a thing in which he says it's not killing two birds with one stone, but feeding two birds with one bun, which is even worse. And it might be a reference to the part of the human body as well, so you can make an argument for that. I mean, what are you going to say? You know, having your cake and eating it, is that fattest? If you say you spotted someone, is that, you know, making fun of somebody with acne? I mean, where does it stop? No, the point is it doesn't stop. When you start messing around with the language in this way, it does not stop. There's and the ignorance, just the ignorance. There's one of those expressions here of jumping the gun, which this ignorant woman thinks is violent, and what it refers to is, of course, a sprinter or a runner, at any rate, on the blocks, jumping off the blocks and starting the race before the starter pistol has been fired. And that's absolutely nothing to do with violence, quite the opposite. But she is so ignorant, she doesn't know that. And this is the woman. And this woman is supposed to be a communications director. No, she is an anti-communications director. She is a shut your mouth director. She is an ignorant, silly person who is going to get an audience from other ignorant, silly people. And somebody here, oh yeah, here it is. It was endorsed by Silicon Valley tech business advisor, whatever that means, Jeremiah Ouyang, who said, I didn't even consider my language. I've used the phrases on the left too often. No, you've used the phrases on the left because they're part of the English language, dear boy. I'm assuming you are a boy. And then, who can be sure? Right, now, oh, I'm sorry, I used the word boy, and this man has an African name. I'm obviously being racist as well. No, I'm telling you, the expression dear boy is an English expression applied to anybody of any race. Of course, there goes my monetization. Oh, did I tell you I was granniopteryx? And I'm going to have to ask you for financial contributions to this particular video because I'm not going to be able to monetize it. Am I now? So let's just get on with this. You can help my channel financially. Buy me a coffee. There are a couple of other links in the description. And I'm granniopteryx. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. I am also on Twitter, Gab and Parler, where I am at granniopteryx. It's on those platforms. I let you know when I've uploaded a video. Please like this video. That's the other way you can help me, of course. Like the video, share it and subscribe, and check your subscription if you're on YouTube, because they drop subscriptions without the subscribers knowing. Especially, it seems, when they have people like me who say naughty things that are accurate. And I'm not the only person who is complaining about the way YouTube is not informing people of their videos, or subtracting subscriptions in some sort of sneaky way. Tim Pool's been talking about it. Dave Rubin's been talking about it. And they're far bigger wheels than I am. And it's happening to them too. All right, well, let's get back to this. Yeah, so Miss Taylor, Frank Furedi, the Emeritus Professor of Sociology at the University of Kent, warned, some people might regard these ultra-woke suggestions as harmless and even amusing, but it's not funny. I agree with you, Professor Furedi. And it's all because the re-engineering of language subverts the way we think and our way of life. There's a tendency now to inflate in an alarmist way the meaning of words. Yeah, and I'm with you 100%, Professor Furedi. And Miss Taylor said, there is certainly a segment of people who often present as white men who question the guide. Well, I don't present as a white man, Miss Taylor. And that was a dog, I'd call that a dog whistle, wouldn't you? A dog whistle woke way of putting things. You're a race baiter, Miss Taylor, as well as a murderer of language. So, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but this was a slap in the face to all those woke people who want to twist your arm and get you into hot water. And I also want to say that anyone who follows her advice is simply a silly bugger. And I am not referring to the original meaning of the word. And you can put that in your pipe and smoke it. Oops. Smoking's not de rigueur anymore, is it? I'm granniopteryx. Till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the granniopteryx design or Grambo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.granniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.